Most seniors don't lose their independence overnight. It doesn't usually happen because of one tragic accident or a single diagnosis. Instead, independence disappears one small movement at a time. It starts with a slight struggle to get off the deep cushions of a couch. It progresses to taking the elevator because the stairs feel like a mountain. Soon, carrying a bag of groceries feels like a chore, and the fear of falling begins to shrink their world until they are effectively housebound. But it doesn't have to be this way. These 6 simple daily movements are designed to help older adults stay mobile, strong, and independent for much longer than the average. If you are between 18 and 50, this is the blueprint for your parents, your grandparents, and eventually, yourself. We are talking about functional aging, the ability to move through the world on your own terms. Pay close attention because movement number 5 is the one physical therapists use as a primary predictor of whether someone can continue living independently or if they will soon require full-time care. We need to establish the stakes immediately. Independence is inextricably tied to movement quality. In our modern world, we often focus on traditional exercise like jogging or lifting weights, but we ignore something much more fundamental: movement capacity. Movement capacity is the ability of your joints and muscles to perform the basic tasks required for daily life. Many seniors face a future defined by the fear of falling, the indignity of needing assistance for basic hygiene, and the loss of confidence that comes when your body no longer obeys your will. The goal here isn't bodybuilding or training for a marathon. The goal is keeping your freedom. Tiny movements done daily matter significantly more than intense workouts done occasionally. Think about it. Can you stand up from the floor right now without using your hands? Can you balance on one leg while putting on your shoes? If these things feel difficult now, imagine them 20 years from today. The body adapts at any age, but we have to give it the right signals. Movement number 1 is the sit to stand. This is the foundation of leg strength and independence. Think about how many times a day a person needs to get out of a chair, get off a toilet, or climb out of a car. When the legs become weak, these simple tasks become obstacles. Weak legs are one of the fastest accelerators of dependency. To perform this correctly, one should practice standing up from a sturdy chair without using their hands for support. If that is too difficult, the beginner version involves using the arms of the chair for a slight push. The advanced version involves slow, controlled repetitions with a 2-second pause at the bottom before the hips touch the seat. Most people over the age of 60 don't realize that their performance in this specific movement predicts their overall fall risk. By building the quadriceps and glutes through this daily motion, a senior ensures they can navigate their home without needing a lift or a helping hand. It is functional aging in its purest form. Movement number 2 is daily walking with purpose. We often hear about the importance of walking for longevity, but walking with purpose is different. Walking maintains heart health, balance, and brain function, but the way a person walks tells you everything about their mobility. Purposeful walking means maintaining a slightly faster pace than a shuffle, swinging the arms naturally, and keeping an upright posture. We are fighting the aging shuffle where the feet barely leave the ground. Short, intentional walks throughout the day are actually more effective for joint health than sitting for 8 hours and then trying to walk for an hour straight. There's a common myth that you need 10,000 steps to see a benefit, but research shows that even smaller amounts of purposeful movement can drastically reduce mortality risk. However, walking alone is not enough to prevent the most common cause of injury in seniors. That leads us directly into the next movement, which is the ultimate defense against the emergency room. Movement number 3 is single leg balance. Balance is a use it or lose it skill that declines quietly and invisibly as we age. By the time someone notices their balance is gone, they've usually already had a near miss or a fall. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations for seniors, and a broken hip can often be the beginning of a permanent loss of independence. To practice this, simply stand near a counter for safety and lift one foot off the ground. Try to hold this for 10 to 30 seconds per side. This isn't just about standing still, it's about real-life relevance. You need single-leg balance to navigate curbs, to climb stairs, and even to step into a bathtub. When you improve balance confidence. That confidence allows a senior to keep going out into the world rather than staying home out of fear. Let's take a quick second to reset. So far, we've covered movements that train leg strength, endurance, and balance. These are the pillars of staying upright and moving forward. But we have 3 movements left that address the stiffness of aging and the survival skills required for true autonomy. The next movement in our list might be the most important for protecting the brain and preventing the chronic back pain that keeps so many people stuck in their recliners. Movement number 4 focuses on spine rotation and reaching. As we age, the spine tends to stiffen, particularly in the mid-back or thoracic region. This stiffness makes it difficult to do things we take for granted, like looking over your shoulder to back a car out of a driveway or reaching for a heavy glass on a high shelf. When the spine loses its ability to rotate, the body compensates by putting stress on the lower back and neck, leading to chronic pain. To combat this, seniors should practice gentle seated twists and overhead reaching patterns daily. Imagine reaching up and across the body as if grabbing an item from a high cupboard. This maintains the range of motion in the shoulders and the flexibility of the rib cage. Mobility protects confidence, and if you can't turn your head or reach your arms up, the world starts to feel like a very small, dangerous place. Keeping the spine fluid is a key component of functional aging. Movement number 5 is the floor get-up practice. This is the movement I teased earlier, and it is a vital real-world survival skill. Many seniors are terrified of falling not just because of the impact, but because they are afraid they won't be able to get back up. If a senior falls and cannot get up, they may lie there for hours or even days, which leads to secondary complications like dehydration or pressure sores. Longevity researchers often use the sitting rising test as one of the strongest indicators of functional aging and long-term health. Practicing getting down to the floor and back up again, using furniture for support if necessary, is a literal lifesaver. This is not about speed or grace, it's about capability. Knowing that you have the mechanical strength and the cognitive map to get yourself off the floor changes how you move through life. It removes the paralyzing fear of what if. If you are a caregiver or a child of a senior, help them practice this in a safe, carpeted environment. It is the ultimate insurance policy for independence. Movement number 6 is carrying weight. We often try to protect seniors by carrying everything for them, but this can actually accelerate their decline. Carrying groceries or a laundry basket is real-life fitness. This movement, often called a farmer's carry in the fitness world, improves grip strength, posture, and core stability. Grip strength in particular is a well-documented biomarker for overall vitality and longevity. When a person carries a weight in each hand and walks with a tall spine, they are training their body to handle the physical demands of a trip to the store or a walk to the mailbox. Use light grocery bags or even filled water bottles. Strength only matters if it can be applied to daily life. If a senior can't carry their own bags, they can't shop for their own food. If they can't shop for their own food, they are no longer independent. Little daily actions lead to independence. Sitting, standing, purposeful walking, balancing, spine rotation, getting up, and carrying weight constitute the foundation of a long, independent existence. Insurance against frailty's slow progression. Body is an amazing machine that adapts at any age. No matter age, muscles and balance can improve. Living longer on your own terms in your own home with dignity is the goal. Consistency always beats perfection. 5 minutes of these movements daily is better than nothing. Please contact us if you're watching this for yourself or a loved one. Which movement is hardest? The balance or the floor get up? Comment here to show people in this community they're not alone in their challenges. Before we continue, today's video is supported by Advanced Memory Formula from Advanced Bionutritionals. If you've been feeling more forgetful, distracted, or mentally foggy as you age, this formula is designed to support memory, focus, and long-term brain health with ingredients like bacopa, ginkgo biloba, blueberry, and alpha-GPC. It's also backed by a 90-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it with less risk. Results can vary, and it's not meant to diagnose or treat any condition, but if you want to support sharper thinking as you get older, check the link in the description. Discuss this with parents or grandparents who want to stay strong. For additional science-backed ways to retain strength and function as you age, subscribe and stay tuned for our upcoming longevity and health deep dives. Your future self will appreciate today's work.